I also didn't share. I didn't share anything either.
I didn't share anything either. That's fine.
Wait, let's share some stuff. So I don't even know if anyone's watching. No, there are a couple people watching. So for some reason, StreamYard isn't working today, everyone. So we're going live through YouTube Studio. I don't entirely know how this works. Can someone just put a live chat in the live chat just so we could see if this is working?
You can do that here. Chat.
I don't know.
There you go.
Okay. All right.
It works.
Yeah, I feel like at the very least, because we made this live event like 2 seconds ago, I should share it.
Oh, that's right. StreamYard's part of that whole Google thing. Everything's breaking. Like everything is breaking. StreamYard is one.
Look, Brett and Will are here. Thank you.
Well, so I was saying, Will reminded me that my spot, people's Spotify's, all like the Google products were down all yesterday. Like so much stuff has been going down.
How was I not? I guess I was away from the computer.
Yeah, if you weren't using the computer,
we're live.
But like my Spotify was real spotty for like a little bit. But people lost it all day. Like people couldn't use their applications like all day and stuff like that. And I know StreamYard was part of that. So this is naked YouTube.
Can you just do me a quick I love how everyone's watching this happen. Can you drop me the thumbnail?
I don't have my phone on me.
No. Like use the mouse and drag and drop it.
Drag
it to me.
Okay, got it. Drag it.
Thank you.
Okay. We're troubleshooting
technology. We're gonna troubleshoot twice today because I don't know if any of you noticed, but we created 2 live events. I'm not 100% sure if the second live event is going to happen, and also people should know that like this setup, if you watch Merri Hour a lot, you know that this is my New York setup, and he's never been here.
And it's not going to happen very often. I can tell you that.
We both flew to New York on a red eye last night because, a little. I'm sleepy. I'm gonna have an energy drink right after this. Because they're doing a special event in New York for the 10th anniversary of Shudder, and we're both gonna go and get tattoos, and we're gonna try to live stream us getting our tattoos.
We're gonna see how that happens. I don't know.
I honestly don't really know.
I think Danielle and people we know will be into it, and they can help us make it work.
But when you think about it, the key has to be like we have to either be going at the same time or go one right.
I think
after
we'll be going.
the next.
No, I think we'll be going at the same time. We can hook that up. We're VIPs. What are you talking about?
I hope so. We'll see. We'll see. But if we can live stream this happening, we will. I've got the event all set up and ready to go.
Oh, we can't click comments. Can we click comments?
They won't come up on the screen. Well, we can reference them
I know. But I was so instinctively going
to bring something. I think I just shared a whole ass playlist.
Did you share a playlist?
I did. I think I shared the whole Merri Hour. Yeah, I shared the whole Merri Hour playlist.
People can figure it out.
Hopefully, yeah. You guys are smart.
It's fine.
I don't know.
I will. Brett said get some pizza and get some pizza post tattoo, and that's literally my plan. Perry's staying longer than I am. I took the red eye in last night, and I'm literally leaving tomorrow midday. So I'm in New York for not even 20 hours. But pizza's the one thing I'm getting. Like literally, like after the tattoos, I think slice shop and then after party.
I'm staying a little longer because I'm going to do some interviews while I'm here. And the coolest thing is that means I get to be in town for Father's Day. So I'll get to have Father's Day barbecue with my family. I'm very excited about that. I'm going to stay a little longer than he will.
I'm coming back a week and a half. So like I have...
When do you come back?
I literally come back a week and a half. So like
what's the number?
The 27th is the wedding. The 28th is a Saturday.
At that point, we'll have flip-flopped.
Yeah.
Because I go back only to come back for another junket, and then I go back when you're here that time.
We're just trading fucking coasts at this point.
Billy, what's your new tattoo?
Hell yeah. Also to A Soul, dealer's choice of head. So yeah, we don't know.
That's not true.
Well, it's a trusted artist of people who work for Shudder. So it's a whole tattoo shop that is basically getting taken over by Shudder. And I think are there 10 flash sheets? Like I'm trying to count in my head. There's at least like 10 entire sheets,
I have them all
as Perry said, of all like tattoos designed after Shudder movies. So if you are doing it, whether you won the lottery or whatnot, you just go in, you pick from the sheets, and that is what you're doing. So yeah, we both have ideas of what our tattoo is going to be, possibly, but we don't know everything. So we're going to walk in, see it for the first time, and
15
sheets. Yeah. So like there's going to be like 15 plus sheets. It's your typical Friday the 13th flash sale.
Yeah,
usually like where it's like one sheet of go for it. Shudder went all out, and there's so many of them. So
they're all Shudder related. Yeah. They're all in celebration of, you know, Shudder releases from the past 10 years. Let the
chat decide.
No, sorry.
Hell no.
That's not happening.
Not for a tattoo. I'll let y'all decide some crazy shit, but not a tattoo.
I feel like we should do something once where like
I'll be happy to let the chat decide. We'll do a chat vote kind of thing.
That's a fun activity.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Of like,
I miss Power Hour.
Those were fun.
Those were long chats though. That was definitely a quarantine thing.
No, that was absolutely a quarantine thing. We don't have that kind of anything.
I'm learning so many new things. What is
so people who comment the most? Yeah, so they get like
Billy is in the lead.
Yeah. So yeah, the more you comment, the more you post, you get little crowns on YouTube.
That's fun.
Sorry, we're just seeing the YouTube interface for the first time. Like this is it's not StreamYard.
Everything's so different. The only thing that I haven't liked about this format thus far is that I wasn't able to do the traditional Merri Hour opening.
Yeah, we don't have our little opening thing.
No. But this is still working. We're doing it. Mm-hmm. So we're just gonna hang for a little. We have to keep it short because we do have to get on the road to get the tattoos, and then we're hopefully gonna go live again once we're there. But for now, I'm gonna give brief reviews of How to Train Your Dragon and The Life of Chuck, and we're just gonna take as many live chat questions as you want to dish out. So start dropping them in, and we will see what we get. Ian, we'll share the sheets after.
Oh yeah.
Once we get there, we'll take pictures and we can share everything.
Yeah, it's for the event. So we will see them when we get there. And maybe we've had a peek at one or two. Who knows? But
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So excited.
Do your thing. I have not seen either of these movies because I have been traveling for bachelor parties and things. So unfortunately I have no take on either yet.
Really the only reason I was going to bring up The Life of Chuck again today, because I've already talked about it a few times because I saw it at TIFF last year. I've seen it quite a few times, probably too many times since then. So it is very fresh in my mind. But the big reason why I wanted to bring it up on today's stream was because the movie is getting its wide release this weekend. It was limited last weekend and then it expanded. And that's very exciting because it's a great movie and I can't recommend seeing it enough. It is based on a Stephen King short story. I've always thought the short story was exceptional, but it was one of those things that admittedly made me think, you know, is it going to be as effective when translated into live action? when it comes to live action and feature film narrative. I mean, he is right.
Paul's 100. Sorry. We're getting text messages from somebody watching, and that text is absolutely correct, and it's very exhausting.
Life of Chuck is just really good. It's like admittedly it's a difficult thing to talk about. This is quite apparent out there. I believe it's in the official synopsis that it's kind of a story told in reverse. Mm-hmm. And that makes it a little difficult to talk about in depth without spoiling anything. So I do want to tread very lightly, but I really do think it's just like a beautiful celebration of life, like the highs and the lows and the complications and the joys. But one of the things that struck me most about it is how incredibly effective it was, perhaps even more so than the short story. Like, I really do think Mike Flanagan does an exceptional job of figuring out ways to enhance that original narrative via tools that one only has when they're doing screen storytelling. And it's specifically I mean, the idea in the movie, as they stated, is we contain multitudes, but it's the ripple effect that anyone can have on your life. Like someone who is family, someone who you bumped into one time, and how they can stick with you and how their influence can morph over the course of your life. And I think it's just a really beautiful story in general. I don't like to generalize, but like I suspect a lot of people need a heartening story like this, something that celebrates the opportunity.
It'd be nice to have something heartfelt and hopeful,
something that lets you celebrate life, appreciate life, and perhaps more important than anything, appreciate the fact that we get to share our lives together. It's just really beautiful. Tom Hiddleston is absolutely perfect, and as per usual with Mike Flanagan, he brings back a significant amount of his go-to actors. Of course, Kate Siegel, Samantha Sloyan's in it, Carl Lumley's in it, Violet McGraw is in it. She's so good. Yeah. She's so good in everything.
Going places.
Mark Hamill's in it. Mia Sara, not that she has been in a Mike Flanagan production before, but this is her first time back on the big screen. Nice. I'm gonna get the amount of years wrong. It might have been. It's definitely over a decade, but I forget the specific amount of years. But she's wonderful in the film. I could go on and on. Everyone's great. Annalise Basso, who is also a Mike Flanagan veteran, needs a whole lot of credit. She's good in everything that I've ever seen her in, but here in particular, her dance with Tom Hiddleston is kind of, it's like the really charming, beautiful centerpiece of this movie. Yeah. And one thing that fascinates me most about that is how actors can learn a choreographed dance, but then sell it on screen in a way that makes it feel impulsive and in the moment. It's so good. Like that entire sequence. I just sat there with like a big ass grin on my face.
No, I will watch it very soon. That is probably this weekend, honestly. Like Sunday.
Highly recommend.
I will to see something.
Truly be shocked if that doesn't wind up in my top 10 of the year.
Oh yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon will not. But I still liked it. I still liked it. I liked it a lot, actually. I really love that story. And I'm not going to say that there's any kind of like epic upheaval of the story that like changed the game. But I do think the fact that it's just a really well done live action adaptation of it. And I mean, there are some changes, but I think they're a little more nuanced than we've been seeing lately with animated to live action adaptations. But in particular, I do think that Mason Thames captures who Hiccup was in the animated quite well, but there's also little nuances to his performance that make this version feel uniquely his own. And I like that he's able to do both. And
yeah, because Thames is in Baruchel. Like they're different. And
very different.
Like one is doing a voice and the other's doing the actual live performance. But like still, Baruchel's voice alone and the way he plays that Hiccup, that is not Mason Thames. So like it is good. It is good to hear they didn't try to force that on Mason Thames.
It isn't, because one of the qualities of that performance that I was really impressed by is how Mason is able to sell himself as, not like a big strong Viking, but like, like the kind of person in that community who's more into like being nice to dragons and inventing, and he's scared of certain things. I thought he sold that really well.
Dorky.
But Nico Parker is just something. The second she steps on screen, you can't look at anything else but her. It's just like the definition of a truly natural, commanding screen presence. And I thought she also breathed a lot of life into Astrid that I really appreciate and struck me. I also just think that everything looked really good. I can't quite figure out the right way to articulate this, so I feel like this is going to be a really thin point I'm about to make, but I was really fascinated by the fact that the Toothless in this movie, he looked like the Toothless in the animated. Like,
I mean, the trailer sold that.
He didn't look like a real dragon, you know what I mean? But they still managed to make the animated looking Toothless feel like he belonged in the real world. And the fact that like they go together, I don't know. I really liked that. I was really impressed by that.
Yeah, because I mean, what they do in the animated is fantastic. I think those movies are beautiful. I love them all, and like the animation is really good in that. So, I wouldn't really want to see anything more than trying to recreate the Toothless. I mean, we know already.
I love Toothless.
I want to go to Epic Universe and I want to pet the Toothless.
I do find that story in all three forms, because it's we can't discount the source material, but I find that story impossibly charming. So I really I had a feeling that I was gonna like this, but I was really impressed, especially when you consider the fact that like it's a movie filled with action and dragons, that they were able to bring it to life so fully and believably and artistically with such style. Cool. I really do think that having Dean DeBlois at the helm of it was perfect. I think this movie needed a How to Train Your Dragon expert like him, who is also so clearly pouring every ounce of himself into that production, and it pays off big time.
Was he in? He was part of the animated.
Yeah, he directed them.
I want to make sure I got
Dude's
that right.
Like the How to Train Your Dragon screen king.
So like that's the thing. Like when I talk about remakes too, in the same way of like, I mean, this is a remake. It's a live action remake. Still. Yeah. Like you're only helping yourself out if you have the original creators involved somewhere. Like. I love when a horror remake brings back the director of the like whether they're international or not, and like lets them do the American remake. Like you're probably going to be better off doing that. So the idea that like of course like I keep it in the family. Like if you're gonna pull How to Train Your Dragon out, like you said have the master wrangle it. Like
and they brought Gerard Butler back to play Stoic, and like
it's funny.
You can just tell that dude was having the time of his life dressing up as Stoic.
It wasn't you that asked him this. Did you?
I spoke to him, but it was a long time ago.
Okay, so one of the interviews he did recently, it might have been IGN then, and they asked him like, "Would you have been a little pissed off if they didn't ask you to come back?" And like he laughed and he's like, yeah, I would a little bit. like he's like, I love this character, and if you didn't let me do it in live action, fuck yeah, like
I don't blame him. I wouldn't blame him. I feel like that role should not have been. Cast with anybody else. He definitely was. He was there to make the most of it in yet another form. I'm really excited for the next one.
Good. Okay.
I admittedly thought it was going to make more money than it seems to be tracking for.
Oh, when we were talking about it a while ago, we were like, How to Train Your Dragon is going to make all the money. Like that was what we were saying.
I don't think that's the case.
I think the Disney live action stuff is putting a sour taste in people's mouths because admittedly, I was a little less hyped on this one because of everything I'd been seeing with the Disney stuff, and it was kind of like it spills over. It's like, do we really need do we need this? We have a perfect trilogy already in the animated ones. Why are we doing this? And it did make me hesitate. So I think that could be something that is, again, off the backs of Lilo and Stitch too, that I know some people liked, but a lot of people did not.
Yeah. Well, and then you also have to consider the exact opposite is that, Lilo and Stitch is still a major player right now.
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
Maybe families went out and saw their movie already, and now it's time to think about other things. I don't know.
It's so close, quote unquote.
Yeah. Right now, according to Box Office Pro, this one is heading towards an opening weekend of 80 to 90 million, which is like
it's not bad, but
it's a big amount of money. I thought this was
gonna be like 150. Like I literally was like, this is gonna be
kind of what I was thinking. Yeah. And hoping for, but who knows? I mean, a big opening weekend is one thing, but as we talk about often, the most important thing with the box office success is it having legs. So if the movie comes out and it's good word of mouth and it stays around for a while, then that could be what they need. I also really want to look at this briefly because the long range forecast just posted on Box Office Pro. Box Office Pro has very firmly become my go-to now that Box Office Mojo is practically unusable. So they're saying a weekend opening range of 20 to 30 million. The first one was 30 million, right?
For Megan 2.0.
Yeah. With Megan 2.0, blah, 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 have moved their robo-horror franchise to a significantly more competitive release date than early January, which was a significant hit in 2022 with a $30.4 million debut and a 95.1 domestic total. And that movie, I think, especially for a genre movie, had like legs. So I'm curious to see if that, hopefully this Megan does have legs as well, but like as they state, it's a much more competitive time, not just for opening weekend, but a little while after, but soon enough after we'll get, I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Well, and right before it, we're getting 28 years, like literally a week before it. Like that's so you go 28 years, Megan. I know what you did.
I want 28 years to do well, also.
It's horror. I mean, like we always talk about this, but horror is dependent on the box office and whatever you want to say about it, but I think they'll do well.
Bring on the monies.
Well, I think 28 years you have Boyle and Garland, and I think those names will attract a certain type of viewer.
I hope
but then
so.
the horror fans will be there anyway. And I think the marketing is what got Megan so popular. It wasn't the movie itself. It was that TikTok dance clip. Like that, like seeing that, like that propelled the movie to be what it is and get it that popular. And I know the trailer was really funny for Megan 2.0, and like that did get a little attention very early, like the bitch is back or whatever the tagline was. Like, cool, like we all watched it and laughed at it, but I don't see the same kind of phenomenon happening on social media or anything with Megan 2.0. Like no one's doing a dance, no one's copying something over and over again. So
what are people copying right now?
What are they focused on? Yeah. I see a lot of the I still see Sinner stuff on TikTok.
I see Sinner stuff a lot.
The, like, if you see me dancing outside your
watch out for that movie award season.
Sinners?
Yeah, I do think that's an example of an early release that was so powerful and has enough of a lingering effect that, you know, of course it will be dependent on what ultimately gets released in the tail end of the year, but if that field can accommodate Sinners and Sinners can wedge its way in, I think the momentum it has now suggests it will.
Minimum. If it's going to get something right now, and if it's only getting one thing, it's Score. I think it might be a lock for Score. That's the one where I get happen. I don't know, maybe, but I'm trying to think what else I think it could get in there with. And right now, I haven't seen enough, so like I can't say like what the competition is even. We're only halfway through the year, but I have a hard time seeing much more than Score. But I do believe like if the Sinner Score isn't my favorite by the end of the year, then something truly fantastic happened from now until then.
Shit, it's almost time to do our best of the year list.
You mean so far?
Like halfway?
Yeah. That's so far.
I mean, it kind of is. Like,
no, 100%.
This is halfway.
I'm working on my best of horror.
Fuck, maybe we should do that next week.
Oh, that could be next week's. Yeah.
I was about to blurt out a lot of my list, but I'm just going to stop myself and make you all wait.
Well, I was going to say specifically for horror. Right now, I'm writing the best of the year so far for Inverse. So like that's going to go up soon.
Is Redux getting a release this year?
Saban, is it Saban or Saban?
Saban.
They're Saban. Yeah, they bought that. I believe they said this year, but later this year. I think Redux is going to go later next year. A few titles just got picked up. Touch Me got picked up by Yellow Veil. Sorry, talking about movies that like we saw at festivals, like Redux. We talked about a ton at a South by and other festivals. So good.
It's my favorite movie there.
So that got picked up by Saban. That'll come out later this year. Touch Me got Yellow Veil. I don't know if they said specifically this year. Good Boy, the dog horror movie, got picked up by Shudder.
Smart move.
Was not announced when that'll get released, but I'm assuming that's going to be a Halloween release for that. So a lot of things are going quick now. They're starting to snap up the festival hits.
Good. And Together.
Well, Together's was coming out.
Was it? That's a summer one. Together was at Sundance. It got picked up by Neon, and I think it comes out the last weekend of July.
I think you're right.
I think it's right after Comic-Con. What at Comic-Con even? I love that movie too.
Yeah, I wonder how that one's gonna do. Truly, I mean, it's horror with two big names, so like I have faith in it.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, like I don't.
That might be a good time for it too.
It's a harder sell one. There's not much you can show in the trailer without spoiling things.
I'm
just curious.
I think the sell is so easy. The sell is that like it's two super famous people who happen to be married playing a couple in a movie that is all about codependence and putting a absolutely wild horror spin on it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm feeling good about that one.
I was I will say like I was putting together my best of horror so far, and I'm not gonna say like what the list is, but I'm having a hard time putting Ugly Stepsister anywhere but one. That's the only thing I'll say. Like I'm
Ugly Stepsister.
I keep like looking at other movies, horror movies that have come out this year, and I don't know if I can do it. Like I'll see when it posts. Yeah, I'll see what I get to, but I keep being like this one.
I can't wait to rewatch that.
I think Ugly's my number one right now.
I don't blame you.
Right, again, halfway through the year though.
I'm trying so hard not to like blurt out everything I want to say, but I will wait because soon enough we will get to tell you our best movies of the year so far.
Yeah.
With our last couple of minutes here, chats, we can't pull them up because we're not on StreamYard. We're not in StreamYard, but let's see what happens.
I mean, I can.
I do. I'm like really into this. The commenter crowns.
Oh, the crowns.
Yeah.
See who the most popular are. So we can play favorites.
I mean, it is kind of cool.
Compete for our attention.
I mean, I'm also just enjoying right now that it's highlighting Billy and Ian, who like might be two of our. What? Okay, so wait, did Steve just top Billy?
Because it
is that how it works?
Hold on, yeah, because it just did that. Wait, no, don't translate to English. Just click. Yeah, so he dethroned Billy, and Billy went down to 3. That's so.
Listen,
funny. I love how we're literally just watching like
I love
people
you all
trying
equally,
to like.
But I am very engaged.
Brett's down there at number 6. Who's last? Who's in last?
Yeah.
No, kidding. No, we're not calling people out. This is just fun. I've just never seen this before.
Leaning into it.
Let them fight.
I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this too.
Do you have
much.
any thoughts on Allison and Dave getting that thing, the Sue on Together, a ripoff? So I saw some of that lawsuit, and I don't think there's enough in there to really say anything about it. They are getting sued. It is a thing.
Yeah.
The filmmaker is trying to state that his movie was stolen. But there's just, it is such a broad concept without spoiling anything that like, sure, there's gonna be another movie like Together out there. It's like it's impossible that it's not.
Yeah, I'm just looking up one of the original.
Yeah. Do like the Variety one.
Well, this is the most recent one, so this has their response. This is from Variety. The team behind the Allison Brie and Dave Franco film Together are pushing back on a copyright lawsuit, saying the film is not remotely similar to the plaintiff's work, Better Half. Blah, blah, blah. The producers of Better Half sued in May, claiming that Together is a blatant ripoff of their film, which they claimed had been offered to Brie and Franco in 2020, and which their agent had turned down. Both projects involve a couple that become physically stuck to each other through a mysterious force. I'm trying to see if there's like anything beyond that.
Like again, like it's a broad concept, just a couple being like sucked together. How many zombie movies are the same zombie movie? How many vampire movies are the same vampire movie? Like I get that this is a body horror movie, so there's a little more to it.
Well, this is like probably a good thing to highlight. In a May 21 letter to the plaintiff's lawyers obtained by Variety, the attorney, I'm assuming for the Together folks, was basically rejecting this whole idea, and they specifically said, your client does not own this concept, neither do our clients. It is an unprotectable idea, one that predates all of our clients and has been explored in many films, television shows, and other fictional works. Goes on to argue that the two films explore the idea in very different ways. Better Half is light and comedic, while Together is supernatural body horror.
It is.
It's a pretty big difference.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how many people are even aware of this that are going to buy. I mean, probably everybody in our chat is because they follow the news, but
the general public is not going to know that one.
I highly.
Yeah, I don't think it'll go anywhere.
Detached from all this, I highly recommend it. I thought the film was phenomenal.
I don't think it'll get anywhere.
All right, what else we got? Everyone's just having fun with the
fight
with the crowns.
Fight. Ask us.
Things are gonna, we're gonna taunt you all into trying to top each other in the chats.
Whoever gets number 1.
I wish I had something to give away.
Yeah, what our love and affection. Steve just puts a glove.
Shit's really gonna start heating up in the next couple of weeks, though.
Oh yeah,
Jurassic is right. Megan's right around the corner. Jurassic's right around the corner.
Did you see the little adorable dinosaur?
Yes, I did. I want it.
We're getting there.
I don't want like a toy of it. I want the real thing.
Why do you want the real adorable
dinosaur? Real thing.
But I like how they're doing like a Bumpy-esque kind of thing.
Yeah. I want Bumpy.
Getting Bumpy would be fantastic.
I want Bumpy. Billy's taunting me right back.
Oh,
Why are the Jets
really
so terrible?
Materialist.
Listen, I'm a New Yorker. I'll always have a big spot in my heart for the Jets, but I also can't refute that. They've been terrible for a little while.
I'm more Giants than Jets.
I'm more Jets than Giants.
Like I am a Houston fan, so I am Texans. Ooh, did you see who we got? We signed Nick Chubb.
Oh, I did see that because I was reading reports about how that's going to hurt Joe Mixon's fantasy value.
It's going to hurt Joe Mixon's fantasy value, but I don't know if it will though in the long run, because if Chubb is healthy enough, that's a battering ram, and we have 1-2-1-2, and we have like a Montgomery and Gibbs scenario.
Yeah.
If Chubb is he came back last year from that injury and he looked really good at first, but like he's not the same.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Joe Mixon should be worried in the back end if he's not the Chubb of old and he is this new Chubb who just doesn't have it. Like, we're trying it for a year, and I'm very happy we signed him. Nick Chubb is a workhorse. God damn it.
It could be a great pairing for the team. It's just funny how like team brain, fantasy brain, and fantasy brain does not. No, I know it does not.
I agree. That does hurt Mixon's stock. I do agree on that. But yeah, and yes,
and Aaron Rodgers finally is a done deal after all that.
Got there.
After all that,
and like apparently he took a deal that wasn't even like as high as the analysts I were saying is like he could have got like 25 mil to 30 mil, and he took a lower deal. So it's like he's there to play. Like he actually he doesn't need the money. He's literally there just to play, and he wants to. I'm curious. His incentives are crazy though. Like there's like obviously getting to playoffs, winning a playoff game, getting the chip, but like it's like a mil and a half, another mil and a half. So it's like I just don't think. I think getting rid of Pickens, you do have DK. Rodgers and DK is real interesting, actually. That's a real interesting put together.
I have a hard time being interested in Rodgers being paired with any wide receiver just for a multitude of reasons, but it's like he had great receivers last year.
Yeah, he did.
And then he tore.
That is fair.
Yikes.
Well, that was 2 ago. Last year he had 28 touchdowns.
Oh yeah.
That's
oh my god. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, Achilles was 2 years ago.
I have red-eye brain. Leave me alone.
Yeah, no, he's over the. I agree with Billy. He's over the hill 100%. But like, he's still throwing 20. Yeah, I think. Yeah, but like he's still throwing 28 touchdowns with a not bad interception ratio either. It's not like he threw 28 and 28. Like his interceptions weren't crazy. So I don't know. I do like the idea of Tomlin being there and Tomlin being his coach, because he will not deal with those antics. Like George Pickens is gone because Tomlin was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, we're done dealing with you. So like, I am really curious to see how Tomlin and like it might be good for Rodgers. It might be good for Rodgers to have someone like Tomlin to keep his ass in line. Like that could be it.
We shall see, but I'm not drafting him.
Yeah. No, I'm not drafting him.
No. Agreed, Billy. Red Eye is a great Wes Craven movie. All right. We better bounce.
Okay, yeah, let's go get tattoos.
It's time to get tattoos.
Let's go get beers and tattoos.
Yeah. So the deal is we're gonna sign off this live stream. I've already built another live event. Admittedly, I feel like this is gonna make me sound like an old fart again, but like I've never gone live from my phone. So I'm not 100% sure I'm gonna do this right. I'm not 100% sure they're gonna want us doing it, but we built the event, so hopefully we can show you. But
just walk around the event with your phone. Just like I don't know.
We'll see. But
watch people get tattooed.
One way or the other, we'll both be posting lots of pictures after on our Instagram as well.
That is fair.
Keep up with that. Do you want to plug before we sign off?
Yeah, at Donatobomb, DONATOBOMB. And that's going to be Blue Sky, Instagram, and Letterboxd. You will know everything I'm watching. You will see all of my reviews. Go pick up Arrow Video's Jason X release in 4K, because it has an essay by me in there, and that is one of my favorite little projects I've gotten to work on. Just like
really cool,
holding the fucking Blu-ray, putting the disc in, and then like going in and reading my essay that's awesome. That's everything.
I'm so happy when you posted that.
Jason X, baby.
I will plug Ladies Night. Surprise, surprise. The last episode that went up was the Lauren Cohan interview, and she's just I really like her. I think she's so talented, and one particular thing that really excited me about this conversation was being able to track her journey through Walking Dead as an actor, but then in particular hitting the point where she's making Dead City as an executive producer and now a director too. Like that kind of trajectory really cool. Is just so exciting. And sure enough, I had a wonderful time talking it through with her. And then the one right before was Brienne Howie for Ginny and Georgia, if you're into that show. And if you're not, I highly recommend giving it a shot. It's very, very bingeable, and she is very good in it. And we basically broke down a whole bunch of her biggest scenes in the new season. So on the Collider Ladies Night YouTube channel, go watch that. stay right here on this YouTube channel for hopefully another video going live in
we'll see.
2 hours, 3 hours?
Who knows? I don't know.
What time did I say I set it for?
You
7?
set it for 7 EST.
That feels a little late.
7 EST
feels like it might
late.
go live before that. I mean, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get in line,
no
and when they
idea
say go, we're gonna press go.
Or if they don't, we don't.
Yeah,
I don't know. We're gonna try.
We'll see.
You might see us just getting poked with needles. Who knows?
Stay tuned. I don't know.
So
I also don't know if I'm going to press this button and it's going to end or give me another thing. So I'm just going to say
ending the stream if it's welcome to.
Oh,
there you go.
No,
Look
wait,
at another bubble. There's another.
I got to press again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Bye.